Day 242. Um, yeah, today's been good. Making a lot of progress. We did not finish debugging our lead scraper. It's mostly debugged, but the mock data is debugged, but the the live API is just not fully debugged. That's fine. It's not gonna take long. And then we just run one test execution and see if we get a lead list, and then from there on we can just, we're ready. We are good. We are good to go. Monday we are good to go. Finally, it took a while, but our ICP and our funnel has been designed. Everything's ready to go, and so for the next few months, it's just really just maximizing distribution. So yeah, along the way, I'll just come up with ways I can continue increasing my distribution, because at the end of the day, the distribution matters the most. So long as I have a big sample size, I will know, that I will know I've got reliable metrics, and then those metrics I can use to make good decisions. Pretty simple math. Yeah. In terms of the other thing is the brag flow, and the one of the tools I need to develop. That's gonna happen tomorrow. The tool is not gonna take long to develop. It's gonna be pretty straightforward. Testing it you don't really have to debug it at all. It's just a tool, and it just has to be put onto the website. Do you need to clean up the website a bit, but for the most part it's fine now. I did spend time revamping it. It's revamped. It looks pretty professional now. The other thing is we have yeah. We'll see what I can do. Maximize this distribution. In terms of like outreach, I think that's the next most important thing. That, and then the whole rag flow. Well, actually, that's all in one thing. So yeah, the rag flow, rag system, just making sure that for at least the outbound workflow, that the rag is working. So the rag works, and then obviously make sure the outbound workflow works, which uses the rag, and then yeah, we will be good. We're good to go. Inboxes are pretty warm. I got marked for spam in one of my test inboxes that I use just to test if it's fine or not. I got marked for spam, so I'm going to probably just create a couple more inboxes and then send emails to that, and then start some conversations. I think one of the main issues is that, because all the records are fine, but the main issue probably is it's mainly had conversations with the same email addresses, and it's been like four or five different email addresses that it's messaged, but on the regular it's been messaging 2 or 3, and obviously that's maybe it's not enough. I'm not too sure. I also did probably lose a bit of progress changing the email address for one of them, so but we're good. The LinkedIn, the posting, I need to make a post tomorrow, so I've already made it, but I just need to drop the post in tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be another long day tomorrow, so yeah. Today was just nonstop. I really took a break to go to the park and work out. Went for a run, no, not a run, a jog, and then we hit upper body, and then I did take some breaks. I did have a lunch break, so it was more or less like 11, 12 hours today, just pretty much locked in. Today, obviously, I took breaks here and there, but I could definitely feel like up until now, the end of the night, man's is a bit tired, losing focus, cannot really focus on what I need to do. So I was like, oh, gotta call it a night, huh? Because you know that thing like, oh, are you a morning person? You're a night owl. What if you've had to be both morning person and night owl within the same day? What are you? You're both. And turns out, because both of those are at the opposite end, it's pretty fucking tiring. So gotta call it a day. I'm not gonna get anything done if I stay up. I just know that. Even if I chug a shit ton of coffee, it's just not gonna be productive, and I'm not gonna finish debugging and the whole thing. Not right now. Maybe if it was that urgent. Well, it is urgent, but like obviously, I think I can do a better job if I just wake up at the same time tomorrow and just get it done. Yeah. Thoughts and feelings. I think slowly but surely I'm getting way more locked in. Like, yeah, more or less, it is mainly the only thing I really think about. What's next steps. So I think I can almost confidently say that I'm back. But like I said, it's mostly there. I mean, yeah, it's still bugging me, that thing, but we'll get over it. We'll move on. But for the most part, yeah, I am mainly thinking about what's next, what to do next, and a little bit of longer term thinking as well. Just like, okay, like I had to consider other ICPs. If I get people in my funnel who aren't really related to my ICP somehow, maybe through inbound, mostly that's probably where it's gonna happen. And stuff like also, realistically, how am I gonna scale? And the first way I could scale obviously is just more inboxes, and probably expanding content on LinkedIn as much as I can. I know that LinkedIn content's not that scalable because obviously, you're gonna have a lot of connections, and my connections will have to be a mix of people I actually need to talk to for business connections in general, and also people who are potential prospects. And then, obviously, the content, I can't really just spam content. With LinkedIn, there's more focus on reputation and all that, so can't just spam slop content, and then my content still has to stay in line with the brand. And yeah, and yes, the content mostly serves as a funnel, top of funnel stuff, but even then, the conversion rate on that is still low. And but and so the main indicator we're gonna focus on is obviously distribution, but distribution to the point where, am I maxing out my own capacity? I myself, given the nature of this business, that it's AI native, and I'm literally using AI and no code automations on my own business as much as possible. It means I keep lean, right? And it also means that I am the last bastion, which means, with all my own automations, all my own AI integrations and stuff like that. And then when I get to the point where I myself am at capacity, like I cannot handle more sales calls, I can't handle more onboarding, I can't handle more projects of more builds means I'm done. Like I cannot realistically scale my, take in more pipeline volume, because then I just can't handle it. Because obviously, assuming my conversion rate, stays consistent and the same, then obviously scaling volume just means it just has diminished. I'm literally getting wasted volume, and that's just a waste. So it does mean that's the main indicator that, okay, then that means I need to hire a new guy. Obviously, it's gonna be a back and forth. So like, my volume's high, but then I'm spending all this time, I don't know, replying, and then also the calls, they're eating into my time, and then the preparation that goes behind calls, stuff like that. Then it's like, okay, then if I have to do it, then obviously I can just automate that process, and it's a loop, and that loop ends when I've pretty much automated and systemized almost everything, to the point where the only thing that is left to expand is just how many hands are on deck. And right now there's only 2. So having 4 would help. But that's more longer term thinking. There's only so many inboxes I can really buy, where the point of like buying more inboxes is just not going to do anything, because I can't take on more volume. And that's fine. And that's fine. But that's actually a good scenario. That's the scenario I want to be in, and that's the scenario I'm envisioning. So that is what I need to get to. That's how I'm going to scale in the short term, given like what 1 month I can get to the point where the pipeline volume is high enough that buying more inboxes and scaling volume can't happen yet until I start automating and like systemizing more and more of my own processes. That's why I think from here on out I'm just gonna leave like Friday and Saturday as a no meeting, no call day, so that I can just focus on building my back end stuff and building out solutions, so that and then Monday to Thursday is just purely I will have calls, I'll have meetings, I'll have whatever, of the webinar and stuff like that, and that's fine. It does mean on those days I can only do back end work and work on any builds that I've got, whether it be for me or for my clients. That would have to happen in the evening, but that's okay. But yeah, I mean that's how it will go. Long term, obviously, it would help a lot. I'm considering maybe YouTube, expanding our content into YouTube might help, but I'm not too sure. I think the main driver after that, like after I maxed out my own resources, my human resources, obviously it's just hire another developer. So maybe I'll meet someone, maybe I'll go out there and make some connections. I'll find someone who's either a software engineer, which is really good, because it would mean that if they're a software engineer, they already have better understanding than me on how to handle software design. So then they can be, what's the thing, teaching them how to do no code automations is nothing to them. So it's gonna be very simple. They'll get straight into it, and then they'll get straight into the note. Yeah. And then after that, I think then maybe we could continue maxing out distribution even more. Maybe YouTube, maybe whatever, because because obviously that frees up my time. Having a second guy frees up my time to take up more calls, more meetings. He can take on some calls too, and work more sales, which is very important. Working more sales, that's the actual revenues. And then we'll get to a point where that's maxed out too. You know, I won't have to worry about delivery, because if I've got someone who's better than me, then delivery is not gonna be much of a problem, I assume. I am predicting that when I start getting volume, my delivery might suck, and I might end up having to refund a client. I could foresee that, because honestly, I'm not super confident in my delivery, but I'm gonna fucking do it anyway. It doesn't matter. We'll learn. We'll get better. It'll force us to get better. But obviously, having someone better than me means that I don't have to worry about delivery so much, and I'm more confident that our delivery will be better and more consistent and less likely to either under deliver or not deliver at all, which is good. And then from there on out, it's like, okay, can we handle, like, obviously we'll max out the volume even more. Maybe we max out we open up another channel, whether that be through some sort of inbound channel or another outbound channel. Who fucking knows? Whatever it is, we'll figure it out. That's way too far in the future for me to think about right now. I've already said what I need to do in the next month, and then roughly 3 months. So yeah, this is a 17-minute video. Pretty sure. Was I supposed to talk about my thoughts and feelings? Yeah, I guess, but yeah. I think from here on out, we'll be good to do just short 1-2 minute videos, just because these, I have a lot to think about right now. I'm thinking about a lot of things. I've already written these things down, but I'm just spewing it out so that it gets solidified into my head. The more I think about it, the more I think about what I need to do now and what I need to do in the future, the more ingrained it becomes in me, and then the more it becomes the only thing I do. So yeah, and that's good. I want to keep it that way. I want to keep it that way, so I stay locked in. And yeah, I did say that I would spend more time in silence, so I could just be alone with my thoughts, but that did not happen much today. To be fair, my thoughts were mainly just this, but yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it tomorrow, and then Sunday is our day off. So we'll take Sunday off. Keep it calm, keep it chill. Chill Sunday, unwind, relax. Valorant is the only other thing I really think about, to be honest. That and a couple other things, but holy shit, Paper Rex versus T1 is going on right now, and obviously I'm going to bed, so I'm not going to watch it. But Paper Rex could lose and not go to Masters. It's like, damn, you really have to choose between those two teams. It's like a tough choice, but obviously Paper Rex is going to make it. Yeah. Also, I'm calling it right here. Envy is winning Champs 2026. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't tell you.